Hey guys, Carlos Colon here with Georgia Perimeter Homes, and today we're going to be talking about what is a timeline for buying my first home. What does that look like? How long does it take? And a big part of this that I'm going to talk about at the beginning is going to be also when should I do this? If you have not done so already, hit the like and subscribe button below and hit the notification bell. That way every time we release a new video, we notify you directly and you get the first views on the information that we release. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Timing. How long does it take? When should I do it? I'm going to jump into this with, first of all, my personal opinion on the when. So in kind of prepping for this video, I thought about my personal experience, and the when actually became a very part of the conversation in my head. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people think that you should be established or kind of want to know exactly where you want to live before you buy a home. And if I had to do it all over again, that's not the way I would have done it. In the state of Georgia, you can't legally, personally, by yourself, own real estate until you're 18. So I personally would have done everything in my power to try to own my first home by the time I was 18, or right when I was 18. The reason why this is so important is because that would have actually been my piggy bank or my savings bank for the rest of the first steps in my life. Right? So, perfect example, I went to college. If I was doing this all over again, I actually would have purchased my first home for the purpose of me going to college. On top of that, I probably would have even rented some of the rooms out that I didn't need in order to make some extra money. And then by the time I was done with college, I probably would have sold that home in order to buy the next home where my first big important job was going to be. Now, also along with that, people, whether you go to college or not, makes no difference. It's the timing and understanding that the appreciation factor of real estate is very real. And so when you do that, you're actually financially solidifying what happens next in your life. Even if you transfer colleges, what happens is maybe you've held on to that home for a year or two. As long as you've held on to it for 2 years in the state of Georgia, you're fine. You're going to sell that home and be tax-free on that money at the time that we're filming this. Those are the current laws. And so you'll sell it, roll that money into whatever college you're transitioning to next, and instead of paying dorm fees, that's where you live. And then you rent out whatever rooms. And that makes life a lot easier. By the time I would have gotten done with college, had I done it that way, I would have actually just sold my home in order to pay off my college fees and all the bills that I had from actually going to school. And so I would have been debt-free right from the beginning had I done it that way. And but again, I didn't know that going into it. So that's just my 2 cents on it. So the when, for me personally, yeah, right when you're 18, I really firmly believe you should go ahead and buy your first home. Even if it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be solid, safe, and secure, right? So, now, in doing so, the purpose of this video is actually how long does it take, okay? So, if I'm looking to buy my first home, I need to go ahead and prepare for 30 to 60 days, all right, for that first purchase. And the reason why that's important is because there's steps along the way that you need to know about. Step 1, for example, is I need to get pre-approved. That can take anywhere from 1 to 7 days. It could take longer depending on your financial situation and how complex it is. But the 1 to 7 days is, sometimes you have lenders that will give you a pre-approval right that same day, and that's okay. But I really want to work with a lender that's going to look at my file, look at my actual statements and pay stubs, and look at what I actually make before giving me that pre-approval, so I know what price range I should be shopping in. Step 2 is going to be exactly that. I'm now shopping for a home. Notice I'm not shopping for a home while I'm getting pre-approved. I get pre-approved, then based on that pre-approval, I define, okay, let's go shopping for what fits this bill. So I've got a 1 to 30 day period for shopping for a home. All right, it could take anywhere along those lines, and depending on what kind of home that you're looking for and what area, it might take longer. But in most cases, within 30 days, you'll be able to find that home that's going to be perfect for your next situation. So from there, I find a home. Let's say it takes 14 days. I found the home. We're now under contract for the home. It's now going to take me, in most cases, 30 days to close that transaction. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but 30 days is the average. Also, there are some lenders that can do it quicker, and that's okay. I've seen as fast as a 10-day closing before, from a lender anyway, where a cash deal can close within a matter of 2 or 3 days, to be honest with you, as soon as title work comes back. So just make sure that you understand that process. So I've got 7 days, 1 to 7 days here on the front side for the pre-approval. I've got 30 days for searching for a home. Then I've got 30 days for the closing. That adds up to a little over 2 months. The reason I say 30 to 60 days is because in most cases, some of these timelines run shorter. So as long as I work backwards from whatever date I want to be in that new home, then at that point I know, okay, well, I should definitely start this process then by this date at the latest in order to meet my timeline goals. So that's it. Really, 30 to 60 top to bottom. And if I was doing it all over again, I would have bought my first home at 18. So if you have any questions about this, or you're interested in purchasing your first home, give us a call or check out our website for some great listings. Our number is 770-314-1285, www.georgiaperimeterhomes.com. Thanks.